Before I welcome my guest this evening, let me say this. There's some people who have interest say, why is Times Now following this story so closely? I'd like to share with you what we told them. It's because your love for cricket is not for sale. We will pursue the story, regardless of pressure, attempt to influence, or anything else. Welcoming back Kishore Bhimani, senior sports journalist. Rajesh Kalra, chief editor of Times Internet, is absolutely, I would say, Rajesh, you have been unforgiving to the extreme, as you always are in your assessments. Thank you. Good to see you, Rajesh. Ashwini Nachappa, former athlete. She leads the clean sports movement. Thank you, Ashwini. With us, K. Hariharan, former international umpire. My first question is to Latika Khaneja, director of Collage Sports Management, manages some of India's best-known players. Now, it's all beginning to stumble out. My question to you is, Latika, tell me, how much of this have you known or heard about? Because I'm sure that someone like you, who has been very closely involved with managing big players, you get exposed to what happens in the IPL, you may have heard about it. But for example, Latika, the Chennai Super Kings boss, Gurunath, in touch with Vindoo Dara Singh. Does it shock you?
Oh, definitely. I think the pictures of Vindoo Randhawa Singh and Sakshi Dhoni today must have shocked a lot of people, wondering why an A-grade celebrity like her would be sitting with somebody like Vindoo Randhawa Singh. I think the picture spoke 1,000 words. And as far as Sreesanth is concerned, I would imagine among the better known players, this is a one-off sort of a thing. I'm sure there are a lot of fringe players involved. I'm sure there are multiple involvements at different levels. But I doubt very much that players who are busy in the game of cricket, unlike Sreesanth, who's been sitting out a lot, would bother to involve themselves in something that is so underworld and underhand. So I think that you can't stretch this and paint everyone with the same brush and imagine that I think this is a big shock to everyone. I think Sreesanth and everything else that has happened is a big shock to almost everyone in the cricket federation.
Well, everyone's shocked. But that's it. That's where it stops. And that's where my problem starts, Latika. Everyone says, I'm so shocked. Rahul Dravid, I'm so devastated. Preeti Zinta, I'm so shocked. Franchisee owners, oh, it's such terrible news. We're all shocked. Almost as if nobody knew. Rajesh Kalra, did people forget that even Saurav Ganguly in September 2012 talked about the kind of pressure that owners put on players?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I'm very surprised that anybody is shocked at all. In fact, if you remember, Arnab, in the debate exactly 3 years ago, actually more than 3 years ago, in April 2010, I raised this point about the strategic timeout has been introduced. Strategic timeout has been introduced only to allow the betting mafia to enter. And if you remember, all the panelists at that time who were very closely involved with cricket coverage and everything else, they pounced on me. You remember that? And you actually said, no, what's wrong with that? I still remember that. Yeah. And all of it is now proven that is exactly how it happens. And, I'm not surprised by Sreesanth. I'm actually I'll not be surprised if some other big names also come in. Because at the end of the day, the players are just pawns. And that is what I see. When you talk about the credibility of IPL, I think it's the credibility of BCCI itself, which was always dodgy for me. Now it is worse. I am absolutely sure how it is now.
No, but this, this sort of strange response we are seeing, Kishore Bhimani, the strange response is this: can you stop it, please? Kind of response from powerful interests. Can you stop talking about this? What more do you want? Do you have vested interests? Are you against us? Don't you know how powerful we are? This kind of response is self-defeating. The question tonight will be this: do you think, as the web is being exposed, Kishore Bhimani, this web can be concealed anymore?
I think, Arnab, we have reached a level where we realize how deep-rooted this whole rot is. The fact today, the news that shocked me, yes, the pictures of Vindoo Randhawa Singh yesterday were something else. But today, when you hear that a man who's already wearing 2 hats, that of president of the board and that of owner of the franchise of the Chennai Super Kings, is now wearing a 3rd hat, that of the father-in-law of another man that is now going to be involved with this. Indian politicians, Indian sports administrators, people in different parts of getting so used to wearing different hats that this is something that came as a shock to me. If I had been in his place, a man of such eminence, a man of so much character, a man of so much class, like Mr. Srinivasan, should immediately resign and say, I'm sorry, but I am not guilty, but I'll stand out until some investigative agency goes through this, declares that Gurunath is innocent. Until then, I will not make decisions. This
no, Mr. Bhimani, I'm sorry, I'm not, can I say something to you? You won't mind if I'm direct with you?
Please.
Well, I hold people like you responsible. I hold people like you responsible, Kishore Bhimani, because you, I hold you responsible because people like you have been saying that this is an IPL, it's a form of entertainment. I have you on record, you have said in the past, Kishore Bhimani, this is a form of entertainment on which betting is a natural. No, Mr. Bhimani. I have an elephant's memory. I have you on record, you say this is a form of entertainment of which betting is a natural consequence. No, you go on to say nothing is wrong with betting, it happens all over the world quite illegally. In other words, you have been maintaining that this IPL is entertainment.
Quite legally.
IPL... No. Mr. Bhimani, in the world in which you operate, the world you know, you never knew about the hawala money, the black money, the spot fixing. You think this is clean money which is being transacted?
No, of course not.
Then
what I am telling you, and I repeat, I also have an elephant's memory, maybe not an elephant, maybe a baby elephant. I have a memory also, and I remember saying that if you want to remove hawala money, you want to remove criminal money from this, for heaven's sake legalize gambling, and 30,000-40,000 crores that come from Dubai and Karachi will have no place in this.
No, nobody knew. No, nobody knew. No, nobody knew. No, nobody knew.
Corporatized gambling.
No, nobody knew. Nobody knew this is hawala money. Nobody knew what happens in Sharjah. Nobody knew the black money trail. Nobody knew the fact that there were 3 Indian players named by Iqbal Kaskar as links to Iqbal Mirchi, Sharat Chetty and Dawood Ibrahim. Nobody knew. That's 2003. How did nobody know?
What?
Or did everybody put blinkers on?
No.
Because you know the party, is a good, nice commercial party. Everyone's happy. Everyone's happy. Why care about whether part of the money goes to somebody who terrorizes our own nation? Nobody asks themselves those moral questions, Mr. Bhimani.
Have mercy on me.
No, Mr. I'm not mercy. No, not Mr. Bhimani. It's not. I am going to the fundamentals of this issue. The fundamentals of this issue are this, and I go to Ashwini Nachappa, that there is so much money in cricket that nobody cares whether the money is good, bad, who's got their hands on the money, who's taking the commission, where the money is being routed from, whether was someone spot fixing, session fixing. It's all part of one nice, cozy, happy, commercially lucrative operation. That's the point. Ashwini Nachappa, do you agree with that?
I completely agree, Arnab, because, the love for cricket is enormous in our country, and we all love cricket. We love to watch cricket. So BCCI continues to fool 1 billion people every day. And that's the reason we have been saying we need sports law. The fact of the matter is cricket has been promoted brilliantly, and other federations must learn from that. But that does not give them the right to fool people who love the sport. And I'm shocked that, even the cricketing fraternity talks in whispers about this. You mean to say BCCI had no clue at all in this? I mean, this has been going on for far too much. Either they've got a gag order not to speak, but this has been going on for far too long, and something really needs to be done to arrest it right now.
Mr. Hariharan, former international umpire, umpired for IPL matches 2008, 9 and 10. Tell me frankly, Mr. Hariharan, you've been an umpire. You never heard? You never heard? All that we are putting on Times Now is brand new?
It's not brand new, I would say, but
been suspected, right?
Yes, Rajesh, what were you saying? 1 second.
I'm not sure.
I'm saying, you remember there is a Pakistani umpire who's also under the suspicion circle today. This person who was involved recently, accused of raping a woman who later withdrew the complaint. That guy his name has come up in investigations today, I'm told.
So, Mr. Hariharan, umpires also never knew?
He's umpiring.
Umpires never knew?
we never get into those kind of things.
No. How can you not get into?
Things are
No. What do you mean not get into?
Our jobs are very limited to conducting the game. That's it. Our jobs are very limited, and we really don't know about what's happening behind, and because we don't interact with players, we don't interact with any of the media, we don't interact with any of the franchisee owners. We just do our job just to go and umpire a game and come back. That's it. And even when we go there, we follow the strict code of conduct, and we even switch off our mobile phones. We don't even talk on our even the hotel landlines also. We tell the operator that please screen the calls and you give it to us only if I want to talk to somebody. Otherwise, don't give any calls. So those kind of things we normally take.
Sir, with respect, Mr. No, one second. Mr. Hariharan, there is, you know, from what you're telling me can be described as putting blinkers on.
No, it's not. I mean, like, you know, see.
You are not. No, Mr. Hariharan, you're not. You know what you're doing. You know what you're telling me. What you're telling me is this, Mr. Hariharan. Maybe there is. I don't know. But you know, we don't want to get into a mess. Even if it's happening, it's not our problem.
No, I don't say that.
No.
I don't say that.
Rajesh Kalra is asking you a counter question. Rajesh Kalra to Mr. Hariharan. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead, Rajesh.
Go ahead, please.
Mr. Hariharan, what happens is, you know, whenever you conduct a game, you are umpiring a game, you very often notice things which are not right. I am sure it is a part of your duty that you go and report to the authorities that you have noticed this and doesn't seem right. Hasn't this happened to you? I am sure it has happened. You see it so many times. How can you say you just conduct and you shut your eyes and go back? I'm sure there are times when you've noticed something about this is not dodgy and you have gone and told them. They may not have taken action, but are there times when you have told them that this is doesn't seem right, whatever I saw today didn't seem right? Have there been occasions we have gone and told them this is what I saw and it didn't seem right?
No, it has not happened with me, those kind of things, but I was told that some umpires have felt that way, that something was dodgy and they have reported to the BCCI or the anti-corruption units. And whatever the action further they want to take.
What has the BCCI done when they have reported?
It has not happened with me.
But what has the BCCI done?
Once this has happened?
I don't know. It is for the man who has reported, and it is with him and to whom he has reported the further action. What has
No. One second. This is interesting. Dave Callaghan joining us. One second. Dave Callaghan, very interesting point in this debate, and let me introduce Dave Callaghan. Is, as many of all cricket lovers in India would know, former South African cricketer. He played under Hansie Cronje. And Hansie Cronje was found guilty of match fixing. You're hearing this discussion, Mr. Callaghan. Good evening. This is Arnab Goswami here from Mumbai.